What's going on? We are back. Episode 16 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. As always, one half of the greatest tag team in the world. Chris, known as Southside on Twitter, and my partner, of course.
We back! It's your boy Barry. Welcome to episode 16, y'all.
Welcome to episode 16, man. Hard to believe we've been doing it for this long, to be honest. But
Insane, actually. Who would have thought?
insane. But glad to continue making progress. Hopefully continue making our way into the space. And even if we don't, we just like talking about wrestling.
We're just having fun.
So, a lot of stuff happened last week while we were going. First and foremost, the bloodline continues, man. Congratulations to Trinity Fatu, known as Naomi, on our screens, and Big Jim Uso, on the announcement of a pregnancy. Naomi stated she was 7 weeks pregnant. So I got some fun facts. She was 7 weeks pregnant when this announcement was made. So that would mean she wrestled through Evolution, took a jaded through a table, did the cash in the same night, wrestled Io and Rhea at SummerSlam, and I believe in the middle of that was also a 6-woman tag match. In my mind, that means Naomi and a child beat two of the best wrestlers in the world on two separate occasions and already has championship gold.
Listen, man, if little Jimita, best wrestler in the world, I'm not mad at you. Put her in the power rankings. You feel what I'm saying? As soon as she clears medical, put her in a title match. You know what I'm saying? Man. Put her in the Money in the Bank.
Listen, extremely happy for her. Seriously,
yeah,
though. I know obviously it's a little conflicting, and she even said that she was like, I feel like I let my fans down. Like, like that. She was like, her fans were some of the first people she was thinking of. I just thought, like, damn, like people really give so much to the business, bro.
Yeah.
Like whenever something happens to them, like I know part of them thinks about the fans, and then part of them also thinks about like how this may change their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like extremely happy for her because she had kind of opened up about like fertility issues,
mm-hmm.
and she just didn't see it in the cards for her to have a child. So I'm certainly glad that, like, you know what I'm saying, we're not parents, but I know like the miracle of like childbirth and shit is like some of the greatest stuff you could ever experience as a person and as a human being. So I'm super excited that she gets a chance at that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, like you said, man. Like the older we get, you see like these stuff people dream about doesn't really happen to everybody. So hear that she went through some stuff, like fertility issues, stuff like that. Happy for her, happy for Jim, the whole family. Congrats. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like wrestling, it's just a huge big deal, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like we're all human. Like like you said, the fans and stuff like that, we all get caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
But this was great. Like the announcement was hilarious. She stayed in character.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce, get the hell out of my ring.
Like, she said she wasn't giving him the title, and my immediate thought was,
she's about
no way she gonna keep wrestling, right? Like, I was like, is she dead ass? Like, she finna keep wrestling? But she was just like, no, like, I'm not physically handing you back this belt, bro. Like, I'd have had to do this shit.
I ain't
before.
handing you shit.
Yeah, like,
get your
go ahead and get the hell up out of here.
Get your bald ass out of here. Get your ass up there.
Man, no, I legitimately was like, she finna say she wrestled like Clash of Paris.
Bro, she said she finna fight Stephanie. Like,
dog, that is immediately where my mind went. And I don't know if that's bad, but that's immediately where my mind went.
Hilarious, man.
But yeah, man. Some other news coming out of the WWE. Our last episode, we talked about how WWE's counter programming All Out, and it was rumored to be Bad Blood. It turns out.
Wrestlepalooza.
Old
WCW pay-per-view, right?
ECW.
Okay, ECW.
First one under the WWE banner.
Okay.
So far the rumored matches are John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. I believe they said CM Punk will have some involvement with the show. They said Becky Lynch will have involvement as well. That is all we know. But I think everybody's like for certain the John Cena and Brock Lesnar match is a lock. Mm-hmm. Cody and Drew McIntyre, based off of what's going on TV, is a lock.
Yeah, hey, Tony, Sorry, buddy. I heard the show's almost already sold out too, which is crazy.
Is it?
I think I don't know. You never know. Like, I know. I hate
because I saw some like front row seats that were like ridiculously priced. I was like, y'all are in Indianapolis, bro. Like, you're not in LA to be charging them prices. You shouldn't be charging them prices at all. Like, I would like to sit front row at a WWE show one day, but I'm not gonna come up with $5,000.
I don't want to have to donate no plasma anytime.
Yeah, like I'm not doing that. So yeah, but yeah, you niggas are in Indianapolis, bro. Like,
is it gonna be? It's gonna be like in the field house.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the field house. Yeah,
so it's not
like it's in an arena. It's not in the stadium.
No,
yeah.
Oh
man. Also, as we might as well announce that as a part of this, initially WWE was scheduled to start PLEs on ESPN in 2026. Wrestlepalooza will be the first WWE pay-per-view that is shown on ESPN, and they're actually just going to go ahead and proceed with airing the PLEs on ESPN. NXT pay-per-views will remain on Peacock. In addition to that, there are 4 Saturday nights main events that Peacock will get per year. I guess this is like some new deal. Or like a make right for the fact that WWE is finishing out with Clash in Paris as far as their main event PLEs, main roster PLEs. Clash in Paris will be the last Peacock pay-per-view, Peacock PLE from the main roster. So that'll be the last one. Apparently, the way they got out of it is technically like those 2-night deals count for like a PLE, a singular PLE. So like SummerSlam Night 2 was like 2 PLEs technically.
Wow.
So
hey man, pay to have good lawyers, man.
Yeah, so they had a PLE number, and that is why they're like getting out of this early. But as I said, there are going to be 4 Saturday nights main events per year from now on Peacock. And one of those includes the final match of the John Cena Farewell Tour, December 13th. It is supposed to take place in Boston. I am making arrangements to go to Boston because for whatever reason, the Farewell Tour did not come to Atlanta. So I am making arrangements to go to Boston.
Should be no commercials. I heard that too as well.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. Just because I know Peacock has ads like for PLEs. So I don't know how true that is. I would hope so. But again, I'm making arrangements to go to Boston. I don't give a damn what they do on TV. I'm making arrangements to go to Boston.
Shout out to you, man.
Yeah. Gotta see the GOAT one last time. But yeah. Other news. I really don't want to read this shit. But I'm gonna do it. There is a rumor that upon the expiration of his AEW contract,
break the walls down.
Chris Jericho is gonna come back to WWE. There is said to be interest from higher ups. I can personally tell you there is no interest on my part. Leave the game before the game leaves you. Chris Jericho and hang that shit up.
I'm not gonna lie. If Chris Jericho just doesn't do too much, he can. I think he could lead a decent faction. Learning tree. It had the potential.
I'm not interested. And every time that when I was beginning to delve more into AEW, I kid you not, every time the Learning Tree was on TV, that was the end of me watching AEW for the night. It doesn't matter if there was 30 minutes left, 10 minutes left. The moment I heard it's the Learning Tree, or I am the Learning Tree, whatever, I cut the TV off, and that was the end of me watching that night. I do not want to see Chris Jericho on WWE programming. Maybe it's not, and maybe because I favor WWE more, it won't be strong enough for me to cut the TV off when he's on. But I would like for him not to be involved in pro wrestling in the year 2025 going on to 2026. I'm not interested. There is nothing he can offer me. Keep him far away from Dominic Mysterio. Keep him far away from Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, all the young upstarts, the new bloods. Keep him far away from them, bro. I don't care what he do with other legacy acts, but you keep him away from all the young guns, please.
Creatively, I think he could work. Chris Jericho was like one of the best creative minds in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Festival of Friendship with KO. I know he helped out with the I think Elimination Chamber or the Money in the Bank. So I think he could do some behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's learned how not to run things over in Jacksonville because there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jack Swagger. He let some bullets fly today. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he learned something. A Chris Jericho match 2026. Not interested, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not interested at all.
But if he comes back, the highlight, the moment probably will be cool. I don't know what else, but yeah, Chris Jericho, just don't do too much, please. Like The Rock said, stay in your place, know your role, just don't do too much. The 8-hour pay-per-view, did you catch any of that, Chris?
Surprisingly, it wasn't 8 hours this time. I was actually really pleased with the time it finished. Because it started at 3 p.m. I think it ended around like 5. Or the main event was on at like 5 something. I didn't get to catch the main event because I went to go out for dinner with family. But I was pleasantly surprised that like it ended at a decent time because I know how AEW does with pay-per-views. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't typical of a normal AEW pay-per-views where like you might have had a match of the year candidate that night like 5 times.
Yeah.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness was incredible. As I said earlier in the year, I am trying to like kind of expose myself to different types of wrestling than what I am used to. Sabre Jr. is more of a technical like mat wrestling type of guy, so I enjoyed like just a different change of pace. Like it was guys like exchanging holds for a couple minutes. Like it wasn't a bunch of power moves. Like I enjoyed it. That was the match of the night to me, from everything that I saw. Toni Storm versus Athena was a lot of fun. Hangman and MJF are like 2 of my favorite wrestlers right now. But I feel like they kind of jumped the shark with the ending. Like I feel like it was a good match, but granted, I do appreciate the story that was being told, which was like MJF doesn't think he can beat a Hangman Adam Page that like has his head on straight, so he's trying to essentially rage bait him.
Okay. Right.
So he's trying to do all these things and he's trying to cheat because he feels like he can't beat the version of Hangman that we have right now, as opposed to like the unhinged version of Hangman, who was kind of like losing big matches to Swerve, wanted to get back in the AEW title picture but couldn't necessarily do it. So I appreciate like the story that they tried to tell with that, but like I said, I feel like they jumped the shark with the ending a couple times. There was a Mark Briscoe run in. You know what it is? People like to say that when AEW does certain stuff that's not atypical of them, that it's Fed coded or Fed pilled. Mm-hmm. That was Fed coded.
Okay.
The entire finish of that match was Fed coded. You had a ref bump, you had a run in, like a bunch of different stuff that it probably didn't need. And also, I think a lot of people were put off to the fact that initially MJF was supposed to execute his casino gauntlet contract, which is a guaranteed shot at the AEW title. Mm-hmm. That happened, and like on the Dynamite prior to this pay-per-view, like he essentially like rage baits Hangman out of. Well, actually, not even rage baits. He threatens to burn Mark Briscoe alive.
Oh yeah,
unless he undoes. You know what I'm saying? And just straight up gives him a championship match without him having to use the contract. So there were a lot of things that I think put people off to this match. Like I said, it was a good match, but and I'll compare it to this. Much like these some of the matches on the John Cena tour, it was like they were so good until you decided to jump the shark and do something you didn't need to do. So I think the ref bump hurt it. It was kind of silly, bro. So I don't know if you saw it, but essentially what happened was at some point the ref gets hit. He comes in to count the 3 count. And it's like, when the ref is hurt, like he counts kind of slow.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the ref comes from halfway across the ring, purposely turns his body.
Oh, that's where that clip came from.
So he can't see the rope.
Yeah.
And he counts 1, 2, 3. The bell does not ring. And Hangman's foot is on the rope. The Mark Briscoe run-in happens. I think MJF deals with Briscoe, something like that. I forget how it happens. He turns around. MJF turns around, sees Hangman's foot is still on the rope, and was like, okay, let me take his foot off the rope. Because when the official comes to, like, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll just be like, oh, okay, let me hand him the belt. The ref gets up, like, really, like, he gets up like almost nothing happened to him. Like, he just, I see his foot. So it was just, a lot of it felt like it jumped the shark. And those are two men who are capable of having like great matches, and they have in the past. So I think a lot of people were disappointed with how it turned out. However, my biggest takeaway from that match is while Hangman does have the belt now, there is intent for MJF to, I believe, win the championship at some point this year. I do understand in the press conference, Tony Khan changed the rules to the contract to where now you will have to give a week's notice. So it's not like how
it's not a Money in the Bank.
Like, yeah, it's not like that anymore, which is cool because it kind of makes it unique to their brand and their company. Like I said, my biggest takeaway is there is intent for MJF to win that title sometime this year. I don't know when, I don't know how long Hangman holds it, but I feel like coming out of that, I do feel like there is intent for him to win the belt. So we will see where that goes. Like I said, I did not get to see the main event, but I saw some highlights. Crazy. Will Ospreay got smoked at the end, but that is obviously because he is dealing with some injuries. Hoping he heals up well. One of the
best in the world.
One of the best in the world. One of the aces of AEW, absolutely. But yeah, man. Overall, a pretty good show. Like I said, it's not their best, but that's not bad either. I think funny enough, they kind of set an unreal expectation that every match has to be like
5 stars.
Yeah, like 5 stars. And it doesn't have to be. Like, you just have to put together a cohesive show.
Then I think with that is like Forbidden Door used to be like the dream, like a card full of like dream matches.
Yeah.
But since they had like so much signed talent, like I guess like the New Japan wrestlers are probably signed to AEW now.
I was gonna say it's a mixture of them having like some of that signed talent, but also like the state of New Japan isn't great right now.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not super great right now. It's not like it doesn't have those names.
ROH is like kind of fading a little bit, so I think that's probably what took down. Maybe it was like a different pay-per-view name, probably would have like.
I think if they were, I think what they should have done is kind of because they have a working partnership with CMLL. Let me say that, not like the WWE partnership where they own AAA, but like they have a working partnership with CMLL. I think they should have probably leaned into that a little bit more. I've seen some CMLL; they're incredible.
Yeah,
I would have leaned more into that if I was them. And you can and again, you have great working partnerships with both these companies, New Japan and CMLL. I would have leaned into both of those just to kind of like fill in the gaps for like some of this. New Japan lacks a lot of stuff, but CMLL has some good stuff. So I think you could have kind of filled in the gaps that way.
You could easily put on like some great matches.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
like I said, it wasn't a great show, but it was a cohesive show, and I think that's what matters. I don't think everything had to be 5 stars. I think you got the most out of the matches that you needed to get the most out of. Also, before I move on from that, the Hurt Business the Hurt Syndicate, is hilarious, dog. I kind of just gotta respect that, like, them niggas not gonna do the job unless they do it the right way. Hey. So listen, the triple threat tag match that we're in, up until like 30 minutes before the show, I think, had elimination rules. Meaning they were supposed to, everybody, 2 teams would have had to be pinned at that point. AEW put out a tweet. It was a regular triple threat tag match. Ricochet and his crew come and attack the Hurt Syndicate for what they did to him a couple months ago when he wanted to get in the Syndicate and, like, you know what I'm saying? They basically bullied this nigga. Yeah. Started beating on these niggas, took them away from the ring. Brodito wins. And they didn't have to get tagged. They didn't have to get, and the Hurt Syndicate didn't have to get pinned to lose the belts. I think that shit is so beast. And I don't know if I think that because it's black people or if it's just because them niggas signed there last year and is over there doing what the fuck they want to do.
Hey, man, listen.
But that shit is hilarious.
MVP he just don't take no bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
whatever MVP got in the contract, shout out to him, nigga.
MVP stand on business. He stand 10 toes down. He just do. I'm not mad at him. That's what the black man gonna do. That's what the black man gonna do. Like he gonna call. Like if he gonna shake the table, it's gonna work. I can't even be mad at it because like we said a couple weeks ago with the whole MVP speedball stuff, bro. These my dogs, bro. I'm not finna let no.
Hey, man.
I'm not finna let no goofballs taking the title away from us. It's gonna be at least some people who can hold weight to the title. Like
Montavious Porter. Shout out to wherever you got in that contract from Bobby and Shelton, nigga. Hey, he recognized the game. Congratulations to Brodito as well. Great tag team. Brody King, tremendous. Crazy aura off in the match with him and Bobby Lashley, by the way. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a 1v1 of that. But yeah, man. Another pay-per-view PLE that happened on Sunday. NXT Heat Wave. Thank God they did not go head-to-head with AEW because I don't know. Like I said, both shows weren't like necessarily that great, but
good moments.
Stop putting them young boys up against AEW. Like,
I caught some of Heat Wave. It was a decent watch. You know, like people are saying, you know, some of the star power isn't not all the way there, but I think it's still good wrestling. Like, to me, NXT is probably the most consistent wrestling TV show.
Oh, for sure.
Entertainment-wise, wrestling-wise, you're getting young guys on TV. Like we said, the women do what they do. I was kind of happy. Dark Slate beat Hank and Take for the tag team title. I think this was in due time because you want to have Dark Slate look like a fierce tag team. Fierce.
I don't know how fierce they supposed to look. You see, they got that one dude telling all them like crazy, crazy Ayo jokes.
He's been like that though, so I guess it kind of works.
Yeah, they said apparently the rumor is like one day he was on that show. I forgot what it was called because I really don't watch a lot of these shows where they like got people trying out for the WWE. You know, it's meaningless to me personally. So it wasn't LFG, but it was the show they had on like a Roku channel.
Oh, Evolve?
No. It's not even a wrestling show. It's literally like, let's just say, I'll say it's like the infant version of LFG minus the wrestling.
Okay.
So basically, they had him cut a promo one day, and like he cut a promo about a butt or something, and now like they're making him the butt joke guy. So like that's what he does.
I'm not too mad at it, you know what I'm saying? You got a little character, little humor in the joke, but if you want to make Dark look like a good faction in the future and going forward, you got to have them, hold some gold. And then
that was a good start.
Then like my personal opinion, you have Hank and Tate beat like one of the best tag teams in NXT history in Fraction, and you really don't do too much with them. So that kind of was a little underwhelming. So I'm glad to see we get a new start with that. Chelsea Green, Ethan Page, they just get it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Six. Shout out to Canada. I'm seeing some backlash about the whole American Heroes character gimmick going on. So hopefully they take some notes on that. And then two guys who just don't miss, Obafemi and Javon Evans,
Listen, I have seen this a lot over the past few days, and I cannot agree more. If Obafemi and Javon Evans are not two of the people who are part of your main event scene in the next few years, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Obafemi, in particular, has delivered on a very consistent basis. And for a man of that size to move that well,
have the character work,
and for someone who also hasn't been wrestling for that long to pick up on all of these like major things, you have something really unique in him. And I think that for Javon as well. If I'm being real, if WWE really lock in, bro, the future of your main event scene is like heavily predicated on black men in the next like 5 to 10 years, bro. Not like these are some of the, you know what I mean? These are some of the most charismatic people you have on your roster.
Which has been the flaw of like black wrestlers over the history. Like except for like The Rock and Booker T. Like everybody else, like Shelton Benjamin, he's not that charismatic. We got it now. Like also shout out to Trick. Trick and Javon put on a crazy main event last Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Trick been in the lab. I guess the TNA. I don't know what's going on.
I think the TNA run has helped them tremendously.
I don't know what it is.
If that was the goal, and that's what it was supposed to do, then like I feel like mission accomplished.
Yeah, like people were saying Trick just had to lock in the ring. He just get like a little bit better in the ring wise, and like that match with Javon was amazing. I'm glad to see him go more into this heel character. Cause like in NXT, you're going to be a face, you're going to be a heel. Like you're going to split the time 50-50. So I'm glad Trick is getting this good heel run. He's been in the lab. Like I'm just like you said, I'm ready for it. Like you can easily do Oba, Carmelo, Javon, Trick. Hopefully Wes gets some recognition soon.
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks might be the next
Ricky, whatever we're calling him.
Like it's looking like Ricky might be the new NXT champion. Like because I think Oba gonna put some seats in. He gonna put some butts in some seats. Like when he gets to that main roster, it's gonna be straight. It need to be straight to the moon. Like Tyler said, he need to have that Gunther and that Brown Breaker treatment because he just got it.
I'd put a belt on. Yeah, I'd put a belt on him immediately.
Yeah, like I don't.
And if they, and I really think this. Like I love that AEW takes risk with like younger guys. If WWE were to really drop nuts, bro, and show how confident they are, and it's like some of these young guys, I'm putting that belt on. I'm giving Obafemi the 2002 Brock Lesnar treatment. I am having him debut, run through some niggas, have a pay-per-view match, win King of the Ring, and I'm going to have him win the belt at SummerSlam.
You know the crazy part is?
It don't matter which one either. I'm going to have him win the belt.
He don't even need a Paul Heyman because he can talk that talk. Like, he doesn't even need a Paul Heyman. He don't like
at all, bro.
That's the crazy part about it. Like, Brock, Braun, low-key Brunson a little bit. He don't, like, he could just, whoo. And crowd's gonna get behind him, bro. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I just can't. I want him to lose so bad because I want to see him on. I want to see him on SmackDown or Raw, like as soon as possible.
Listen, so here's what I think the future of NXT looks like for the next few months, because the men's division is unfortunately very dire outside of like 4 people, and those 4 people. Well, I'll say 5, but I think Ethan is going up like very soon, like before the end of the year.
He needs to.
So you have Oba. I think he's champion till Stand and Deliver 2026. Ricky Starks, I also think he's coming up relatively soon, although he is one of the, like, there's 2 names left outside of Javon Evans that I would consider putting the NXT championship on, and that would be Tavion Heights and Ricky Starks. Outside of those 2, I'd put the belt on Javon at Stand and Deliver 2026. So, Stand and Deliver 2026 comes, you get Oba on the night at WrestleMania, and you start that 2002 Brock Lesnar-esque run I was talking about. Javon, you keep him running shit for one more year, 2026. See how that goes. Like I said, Ricky's coming soon. You keep Javon running shit through 2026. But Tavion Heights, very good wrestler. Had a crazy excursion in Japan like last year. Mm-hmm. We saw flashes in the Ethan Page and Chelsea Green match he had, the mixed tag. That is your NXT champion after Javon Evans.
Yeah.
I do think at some point they're going to go ahead and like get the North American title off of Ethan, just so they can go ahead and get it on Tavion Heights. But I make Tavion Heights my next NXT champion 2026 through – no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Late 2026 through 2027, whatever. And then you go from there. Because like I said, the NXT men's division is dire outside of like a few guys, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing holding them back is like all of those guys, you could put them on the main roster like low-key, but we have to have somebody like carry the weight.
Unfortunately, you got to like, you know what I'm saying, you got to have somebody down there.
Like Trick probably should have been called up last year, but somebody has to like carry some. They needed like a name for NXT. So like, yeah, like you said, next year, whoever win the World Heavyweight title or WWE Championship, whether it's like Sammy or another underdog,
you gotta listen.
I whoop their ass Monday Night Raw. Like
I'm
like you just
I'm having Oba come out and set the tone
Raw after
night
Mania,
after WrestleMania.
Like
I wouldn't if SmackDown is not largely fixed by the time he is on the roster, which I believe it will be, and we'll get into that a little bit later too because I've been pondering something. There is no bigger platform you could put Oba on than like your best wrestling show. That is the best weekly television you have, the most watched one, and like some of your best guys on that roster. I'm having him come out and set a statement the first night. But again, we got to realize who we dealing with. Sometimes they don't make these Super Bowl choices, but I think they should, and I think they should consider like really doing that.
People say Oba should be seen in this last match. I was like, it would be a way,
and I wouldn't even be mad.
It would be a way to set the tone for the future, man.
Like I wouldn't even be mad at it. Like, and that's probably, and granted, I'll probably be cheering for Cena that night because that's just like, you know, that's who I am. But like business is business, bro. So just something to think about. But like I said, the future of the WWE, if they play this right, the main event scene and even the upper mid card, it's largely predicated on black men, bro. Think about it. Really think about it. With that, we are going to go into our weekly reviews, and then we are going to close out with the Clash at the Castle predictions. There are 5 matches currently. I don't really have faith they're going to add anything else, to be honest. Although we did see when they weren't doing 5-match cards, the pay-per-views were a lot better. So I don't know if something's going to be added. I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't, but whatever. So Friday Night SmackDown. First and foremost, while we were not on the air, Sami Zayn was officially traded to SmackDown. The way I see it, I think I don't know if they announced it officially like on television, but the way I see it, LA Knight was traded for Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
because LA Knight is a Raw superstar now. Sami Zayn is on SmackDown, so that would logically in kayfabe be like what the trade was. I don't know if they officially announced that. I don't know if they just
who knows anymore. Honestly.
Yeah, who knows anymore. So Sami has been involved with the MFT. It appears he has firmly set his sights on Solo Sikoa and the United States Championship.
Here, damn, y'all want a title on so bad. Take this.
It's very clear Sami's in side quest mode. I'm still of the opinion he will be world champion at some point in 2026. To me, it feels like if we don't do that, what are we doing? And I know it's crazy to like kind of put my hat on that, but only because like they've been telling the Sheamus story about like I really want to be Intercontinental Champion. That's the last thing, and like Sheamus still hasn't had an Intercontinental Championship yet, so I don't know. But I feel like that is the direction. I see on here you have typed was Cross right. I don't know. He wasn't. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Open your third eye, my brother.
I'm going to stop you right there. I don't know what he was supposed to be right about. No, he was not.
I tell you, man. People on the internet, they just want to do whatever they want to do, man. But I'm glad. Hopefully, this is over now. Hey, we want Cross Chance over with. Thank you to my higher power God.
Hey, remember when I told you he was going to end up at GCW? You know where he ended up? Exactly. Jordan death matches with Matt Cardona, brother.
How did we get here, bro? How did we get here, bro?
I told you what was going to happen.
You just get from like worse to worse. So like that's not even a word, but it's just like who and why and just.
I think it'll suit him more, bro. Like I
just don't get it.
I don't think he'll be back.
Not him coming back. I just don't get the. How was I entertaining? I don't know, man.
Like I said, I will not sit here and lie to you like I was not entertained by Karrion Kross promos. But the bell has to ring, bro. And if you can't, like, you know what I'm saying, at least hold your weight when the bell ring, I just kind of don't have interest for you, bro. I really don't want to see you on my screen when
I seen a clip of, like, him and Samoa Joe. I just was like, bro, how do you not, like, Samoa?
Yeah, man.
Like, how do you just...
You in there were all-time greats, putting up, like...
Stinkers. Like,
yeah, putting up bricks, my nigga. I can't
help
help
you.
Too
much.
I cannot vouch for you, bro. I really can't.
I really don't. I don't get I don't get too much of the death match stuff. Like it's kind of cringe. Like I'm not gonna lie sometimes. So if this is his bag, you know what I'm saying? Go for it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to like Matt. I guess he wants to be the king of independence. So go Matt, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to everybody over there. You know, my girl Shotzi. I see y'all helped her out. So salute to y'all. But going back, you know, the thing with Sami, I guess was whole. Should I get? Do I want to get my own title? Or do I want to like with the whole Seth thing of, you know, if you leave, I'll give you a title shot or something like that. I forgot what it was because it was just
he essentially Seth threatened him and was just like, look, go to SmackDown, get you a championship match against John Cena because John Cena was a champion at the time. A lot of people were like, now that I'm listening, I know what you're talking about. A lot of people were like, well, you know, a couple months ago, like, Sami was offered a title shot and he didn't take it. And why is he on SmackDown now? It doesn't make sense. Why would Sami Zayn, or the babyface version of Sami Zayn, let me say that, because we've seen Sami as a heel. Why would the babyface version of Sami Zayn take kindly to a threat? Because ultimately that is what that was. I don't know if people remember that. That was a threat. Why would he take kindly to a threat and then also just want something handed to him when he is actively trying to earn his way to the top, bro?
Ding dong.
Like, come on, man. Use your heads, man. Use your heads.
But in hindsight, I'm kind of torn between Sami and the whole Bloodline MFT universe. On the bright side, they had the chemistry is there with Jimmy, Sami. We saw that with Jacob last week. You know, unfortunately, MFT got beat again this week. We thought it was looking good last week.
Hey, man.
But you know what I'm saying?
I serve a powerful God because the Street Profits are up.
And we want the smoke.
Unfortunately, Fortunately, the Street Profits cannot be overcome by bloodline propaganda. I will, however, say, you niggas in the back that's been writing this MFT shit, bro, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Because the best wrestler in that group is quite easily Jeff Cobb. And you got niggas in Ireland chanting that he can't wrestle. You know why? Because you present him like a fucking loser every week. That is why. That is why people are chanting that.
What they do to my boy, bro? Whoever was writing this, I have no somebody just.
I don't know where it's going. I don't know if I care where it's going.
It was so good, not past Friday, but the week before that. That SmackDown was pretty decent in my opinion, even though it lacked star power without Cody and Cena. It was still like a decent SmackDown. So to go from that to this, it's like literally a smack in the face. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. What happened to Friday nights, man? You know.
Hey, man,
they better hurry up because it's football season. Because
I know what did happen on Friday night. We got another week of Carmelo Hayes.
Hey, bullying works.
Last week we got to see him mix it up with Fraxium. This week we get to see him mix it up with one of the higher regarded tag teams ever in the Motor City Machine Guns, and of course he has won both times. Happy about that. This story with The Miz, I honestly did not think I could be swayed to be like interested in this, but I kind of am.
Yeah,
I'm very moved. Because it is clearly a story of The Miz. In a way, The Miz, you got to think about it. What has The Miz accomplished lately? I think the last thing he has done championship-wise was the Awesome Truth run in 2024. Other than that, what has The Miz done lately? You know? It benefits The Miz to attach himself to a young
rising star,
first-round pick for the brand. The very first pick, by the way. For the brand, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. It makes sense for someone who has accomplished nothing in the past few months to a year to try to latch themselves onto someone who is on the rise and on the way up, and their stock is trending up, and people are chanting for him, and people want him, and he has all the ability. That makes sense in kayfabe, and frankly, in real life, this happens. Some people try to hitch their wagon to a star. Some people try to find a meal ticket, and if it works, it works.
And this is like great Miz character work.
Yeah,
you know, he's like this sly. I'm not the best in the ring, but I'm outsmart you. So this is great. Yeah. You know, I don't know, I don't know what they do with this, but the writing's on the wall of Melo turning on Miz or whatever. Miz turning on Melo, whatever you want to say. I'm intrigued.
So I think, I kind of know where it goes in terms, this is obviously for babyface Melo, because again, I don't think you can really garner sympathy for Miz at this point.
Not anymore. Yeah.
I think that no matter which way you do it, I do think Melo comes out looking like the good guy in this. But I think the best thing you can do for the character is to obviously have Miz do some very heinous shit to Melo, which unfortunately may happen in this this number one contenders match that is coming up on SmackDown against the Street Profits. Because I'm not sure if they go to a Wyatt 6 versus Street Profits match or not, or if they go to a Wyatt 6 and Melo and Miz tag team match, and then from there, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I think this is, again, I was under the impression that they kind of had dropped this stuff with the Miz, and I don't know if maybe it was never meant to be dropped, and Miz just happened to go away and film American Gladiator, and he came back and they were like, all right, let's pick this up. Or I don't know if it was them listening to We Want Melo chants on Twitter. I don't know. But regardless, I'm glad to see it was picked back up. I'm interested to see where it goes. Again, I didn't think I could be swayed by a Miz and Melo storyline, but I have been. I think this is being handled really well so far. Again, it's a story of a guy latching himself onto a young star, hasn't done anything lately. But also, like, in these past 2 matches, regardless of who got the pinfall, Melo has had the win.
Yeah.
Melo has had the win, and The Miz, like, just sneaks in and takes the credit.
Which is, like, hilarious and like, hilarious.
Yeah. It's probably pissing a lot of people off, though, because, like, you got to realize, like, who you pinning. Like, the Miz basically just pinned one of the Motor City Machine. That's all. Bro. Somebody somewhere is pissed.
I am pissed, too, but I'm just staying tight because it works. It's working. It works. Hilarious. Like you said, I'm glad Melo was getting his shine. Bro. Melo, Nathan Frazier, Melo, Axiom. That was just chef kiss, the future of wrestling, like we said. Like, I'm not. Yeah, man. You can't just beat that on a random Friday night, man. So
yeah,
I'm glad Melo's getting his shine. This might be like a long term for Melo to get like a singles push soon. I'm here for it. Bullying works, y'all. That's why you gotta use your voice.
Yeah, and thank you for using your voice for wrestlers that fucking matter, bro. I meant to say that, by the way. Like,
I'm glad those chants have stopped.
Yeah, like
or they never started.
Chant for people who actually, you know what I mean, go in there and have talent. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. Over the past few weeks, we have not been given a medical update on Cody Rhodes after being Claymored through the announce table. We know why Cody's really not there, but like in storyline, that's why he's not there. We know why Cody's not there. But yeah, man, it appears we are going to get another Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton match. As Randy Orton appeared out of nowhere. Also, sidebar, that is like my favorite like camera angle now, like where he just pops up and like it's just cool. But yeah, this is obviously just gonna be like a little bit of filler for Drew before he like gets to the WWE Championship. I do feel like maybe they put this on Clash, so maybe that's the possible 6 match. Those two, for the most part, have really good chemistry. Not too concerned about how a one-on-one match with them will look. We actually saw that at Saturday night's main event. Very good match. Would be nice to see this match without like the outside interference and worrying about Logan Paul, Jelly Roll, etc. So that'll be interesting to see.
I'm looking at like the card. I'm trying to see what would be like the time slot of these matches. Obviously, like the Rusev Chambers, that's probably gonna be a 15-minute match. Fatal 4-way might be a smooth 30. Roman and Brunson, who knows? John Cena and Logan, who knows? So I mean, if it gets added, I would love that because they deserve like spotlight. But if they do put this on the Smackdown, you give them 30 minutes in the end of the show. Not mad at that either. Great chemistry. This is gonna be fun. Like I love Drew as a character. He's one of my favorite characters in the business. Randy, every time you say, "Damn, bro, I wish Randy would just go evil." It just works him being like this face. Like he's just having fun, which is all you really want to see. So I'm here for it.
I think they're very scared to pull the trigger on the Randy Orton heel turn, just because similar to like the John Cena one, like people don't really want to boo him, bro.
Yeah.
And like you have to do whatever Randy Orton does has to be like extremely heinous for niggas to boo him and for like that heat to stay on him. And I just don't think it will. So I think they're kind of scared to pull the trigger on that, but we will see. As you said, like it just kind of works right now. Like going to different places and like hearing the crowd sing his music and all, it just works right now.
It's hilarious, guys. Us growing up as kids, like we would never thought we would cheer Randy Orton, like the Legend Killer. Like who would have thought? Like I would have called you insane, like in 2007, that we're cheering Randy Orton, and
yeah, man. Oh, so look, the state of the SmackDown women's division is kind of dire right now.
Oh man, bro.
Julia has not had many wrestling matches since winning the United States title. I believe she had the one rematch against Zelina Vega prior to SummerSlam?
Yeah,
because that was the commercial free. Yeah. Prior to SummerSlam. Other than that, it's just been backstage segments with her, Kiana James, Michin. In addition to that, it appears Nia Jax is once again going to get a WWE Women's Championship opportunity.
Bianca, we need ya.
Yeah.
SmackDown save ya.
Yeah. So again, the state of the SmackDown women's division is really dire, and it's crazy because like as opposed to Raw, Like, it's night and day.
I was gonna
bro.
say it's really night and day.
As is the case with much of the show, save for like maybe the tag division. But like, it's really night and day, man.
It's like SmackDown is like the stepchild of like the family because it's
like
it could definitely work. It's just the effort is not there. Like you have continuous backstage segments of Jade and Tiffany.
Yep.
I don't know if you're scared with like Jade being in front of a live crowd on a mic. And then I said this numerous times, Tiffany, great, you know what I'm saying? Great wrestler, does what she does, but the face stuff it's not clicking too much. I don't know what you do, how you go from there.
I think she's getting better at it. I'll say that.
Yeah, I admit that. But then like Nia, we're not gonna cheer Nia. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Becky coming out in the hometown. That was great, but obviously she's gonna make her own heat on her to like be in her being like the heel character. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that Jade didn't get the title win at SummerSlam. I think that would have been great to like have a new fresh start. But if we're waiting on Bianca to come back to shake things up, I'm all here for it. Bianca, one of the best ever. So I guess we just gotta wait to see. So something, anything, call up somebody. I don't know, but please help because SmackDown is treading underwater, low key. So
all right, so fuck it. I was gonna make the announcement like after we did the class predictions, but I have been thinking that instead of a regular review next week, and I was gonna wait till after Clash in Paris because I wanted to see results and everything. We do a WWE draft episode. We, for the most part, we try to adhere to the WWE draft as much as possible. With the goal of strengthening both shows and trying to make it balanced and trying to make it even.
It is fantasy draft season.
Yeah, so I think we may do what may happen next week is we will review Clash at the Castle, talk about a little bit of Monday Night Raw because I know there's supposed to be some championship matches, but I don't want to fully review Raw.
And I kind of think the draft isn't happening because I think like it's too.
So I think it's happening, but I think they're gonna try to make it somebody jokingly tweeted like they're gonna have the draft on ESPN. I don't know if they're gonna go that far, but I think it's gonna be some type of like huge like spectacle than what it's been.
To
before.
me, it has to be something like that because I feel like you kind of low light in SmackDown a little bit. Like, oh, if I don't go to Raw, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not that cool or something like that. Because usually like SmackDown and Raw, it was like, oh, they get 3 picks. You know, we keep going back and forth. I really wasn't a fan of like waiting 4 days and then waiting 2 days. So I'm not gonna lie, give me Mel Kiper breaking down Bianca Belair film if that's what it comes down to. So, give me Tim Legler talking about.
Yeah, I don't know exactly like how we're gonna do it. Like I've vividly like mocked up some stuff. I did personally take on the task of representing SmackDown. I know that much. Yeah. So I will give because I'm still coming up with stuff, but like I said, we're going to try to adhere to the WWE draft as much as possible. But this is what I have decided. We are going to keep the champions protected thing. You would represent Monday Night Raw, of course. NXT call-ups are allowed with the exception of the current NXT men and women's champ. They are not included in a call-up. Anomalies. So John Cena, Nikki Bella, Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul would all be free to appear on any show unless they end up being champion of either brand, which is why I said I would wait until after Clash at the Castle since Nikki Bella does have an Intercontinental Championship match. So, yeah, anomalies like those would be free to appear on either show. The only thing I would have to figure out is just how we would do the draft because there are multiple rounds. And they did a draft pool on each night. So I don't know if maybe we just put all the superstars in the draft pool or what we do. I'll figure that part out but I would like to do that. If not next week, then 100% the week after next.
Okay. Hey, I'm here for anything. So y'all know me.
And before we move on from SmackDown, the John Cena promo I needed.
The man just gets it, man.
Him cooking Logan Paul.
You can't put that stuff in a book, man.
For what it's worth, while I know that John Cena, well, actually, let me say this. I don't believe that John Cena says anything on TV that he doesn't necessarily mean or that he doesn't, in some sense, believe. Because I've seen his interview with Logan Paul at one point. Like, he really does believe that, like, that Logan Paul gets WWE. He understands WWE. He really believes, like, he's going to be a future champion. And he said that in his promo.
Yeah.
But he also said, like, I think some of the stuff he said in that promo is, like, he really believes that. He does kind of believe that Logan Paul is a parasite. He does kind of believe that, like, Logan Paul, as good as he is using the WWE as, like, a platform. And a lot of people think that too, because
you
know
numerous times up here.
Numerous times, and you know, you know why people think that, because you know what was on the mat at WrestleMania 40, and a couple of PLEs after that through all 2024, the Prime logo. You know what's on the TV in the corner, outside the ring every week.
Every week, except for 1 week. For that 1 week in Saudi, I think.
Yeah, except for like when they go to Saudi Arabia. You know what's on there in the corner by the announce table every week, at every PLE, on every regular TV show? The Prime Hydration Station. You know what Logan Paul does when he comes out to the ring for big matches? Brings a drone. Does something in the middle of the match to get a viral moment. It is the promo John Cena cut on Logan Paul were very valid and very real concerns. And I don't know if John Cena 100% believes that, but I believe he said it on TV because in some semblance he does believe it. I don't know if he 100% believes it. I don't know if that is his true thoughts, but I believe in some vein he believes that. And the only reason I say that is because I liken it to, and I asked for this specific promo. I said a couple weeks ago, I said, I want the promo that John Cena cut on Austin Theory, because he wanted to get something out of Austin Theory, and he straight up told Austin Theory, like, you suck. The reason we don't like you, or the reason these people don't like you, is because we don't believe what you're saying. He was trying to get something out of Austin Theory. He's saying the same thing to Logan Paul. These people don't dislike you because you're outside. These people dislike you because they think you're using this business to get to wherever you want to go, to get the Paul Brothers brand or whatever to wherever you want to go.
It's the same wash and repeat cycle, man. Literally the same thing. I'm cool. I'm rich. Y'all aren't. This city sucks. I rock.
Yeah.
I drink Prime. My family is so cool. I can do this in my sleep.
Yeah.
Blase, blase, blase. It's just no motive. It's no realism. It's just, I don't believe you. I'm tired of it. You know.
Everything John Cena said, that is how I feel. I dislike Logan Paul because of what you just said. Like, it's a wash and rinse and repeat, and we're talking about Prime, we're talking about this, we're talking about that. You get on these interviews, you get on all these places and tell us you're going to be full-time and that you're going to take this seriously. But when it comes down to it, you're in some of the biggest matches, opportunities that a lot of other superstars who have done way more time and put more time into this would kill for.
Like Cena said, I would be against Seth, AJ, Dom, different.
Dog, I could have used my year doing different things. These people think you wasting my fucking time. I'm giving you this platform to show me that you are not a waste of my time, that you are not a waste of these people's time. All that promo essentially told me as a fan was like, Logan Paul, and we've known this for months. Logan Paul, it's time for you to shit or get off the pot, bro. Plain and simple. If you are going to be in a match with somebody as legendary as me, who is at this status like I am, and you've had these matches multiple times. You faced Roman Reigns. You faced Cody Rhodes. It is more than you faced Seth Rollins. It is more than you just doing cool moves. It is more than you bringing your stupid drone out and the meta glasses and trying to capture a viral moment. You need to really lock in.
And to make matters worse, we had to reshoot the ending scene of Smackdown because you
don't know how to throw a work punch.
Like,
niggas, listen, bro.
You got lucky because
it is simply shit or get off the pot, bro. That is what I got from that promo.
Because I literally seen like the clip because I was busy. I was at a wedding Friday, and I was like, that didn't really look too convincing. As when the leaks were coming out of the show, but then when I guess
they probably reshot it.
Yeah, like the reshoot of like 10, like around 10 o'clock. I saw like the reshoots. I was like, yeah, that still wasn't that much better, but it was You went from a C to a C plus. So good job,
man.
So yeah, man.
It's quite simply sure to get off the pot. That's what I got out of it, man.
Cena, you can't teach what he got. You can't study it. He just gets it. I don't. If Cena is on Twitter creeping, listening to what we saying, he's the man. Cause like we've been saying this for weeks. You got the formula. You just can't. Just show me your work, big fella. Like
listen.
We want like it's not okay.
He cut that promo, and I after he named off the list of opponents that he prefers.
Bro, like that's literally it. Like, I was like,
listen.
We got what 10 days? T has what 10 dates left?
10 dates, bro.
And we're like,
I wholeheartedly wish that this whole year John Cena would have just straight up pulled the "I'm John Cena" card. Like, legitimately, that is not who he is, and that is one of the reasons why he is the greatest of all time to me. Because like most people who are of that stature are not that giving. And aren't that selfless. But I so badly wish this nigga would have pulled the "I am John Cena" card and just faced these people. I really.
It was working at first. He was like, "I'm John Cena, bro. I'm in the
Elimination Chamber. But like,
I'm in the Royal Rumble. I'm not finna
So, hey man,
I just predictions. When we talk about it, I'm nervous because who knows? Hopefully, Cena pulls out something because I don't want to see this. We're not
wasting. Listen, bro. John Cena losses used to mean something, bro, and it's funny because people were like, John Cena didn't really put over anybody in this run. And it was like, and I thought to myself, John Cena had been losing since like 2018.
Yeah.
To the point where people thought like a loss to John Cena meant nothing.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think he should be putting anybody over. No, I don't think Logan Paul should win this match. Like,
listen, man, in hindsight, he is talented. Some of these guys just ain't really looking back.
Hey, fuck what Jack Swagger talking about, by the way. I'm glad you said that. Fuck what Jack Swagger
talking about. That was I was
John Cena didn't want to put me over.
Hey, man. Nigga. Brother, we've seen the promos.
Coolest thing about you is your interest music, man. Take your ass on, man. You know what's funny? The best part of Jack Swagger wasn't even in real life. It was in Smackdown versus Raw 2011, nigga. That is the best version of Jack Swagger I've ever seen. Fuck out of here. He didn't put me over. Stop. I thought. I move on after this. I saw something about when they were talking about how John Cena didn't put over the Nexus, and like it's funny because I remember hearing this story like several times, and like Chris Jericho kind of told him like, John, like that's not right? And then like somebody tweeted it last week, and I started to think there was like, y'all really wanted John Cena to put like a bunch of NPCs over, and then I thought about it, I said, it was never sustainable for John Cena to put over 7 niggas, bro. It was not sustainable for John Cena to put over a group of 7 niggas because the only people in the original Nexus when they first beat the shit out of everybody on Monday Night Raw who ended up being worth a damn to me is Daniel Bryan and John Cena. I mean, no, I'm sorry, not Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett. Those are the only 2 members of Nexus that ended up being 3, but they had to repackage him.
I was gonna
eventually
say,
it was Bray Wyatt.
Bro.
It was not sustainable for him to put over 7 niggas, bro. I'm kind of glad he didn't do that shit. I'm sorry.
Bro, is this Ryback?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. It was not sustainable for John Cena to put over 7 whole people in that match, bro. What would have happened if they would have won, bro? Like, where do we go from here? What do you do with all 7 of them? How many of them would still be in the WWE today? Like, realistically. Realistically, how many of them would still be in the WWE today if John Cena had put all of them over?
Shout out Heath Slater, man.
Hey, bro. Monday Night Raw, bro. Monday Night Raw. We start off with with Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed.
My man came out there. Let me just do a quick price check. You feel what I'm saying? Man,
I can confirm those weren't calls, by the way. They were like cool grade 4s. I had to, but they were.
That ruined my moment, man.
Hey, listen, I just wanted to go ahead and say that because I was looking, and then I looked at the bottom of his shoes when he got laid out. Them was not calls, but they was like cool grade 4s or some shit like that. Still, like really, I still wouldn't have let Bronson Reed take them hoes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of glad he fought back, nigga. I'd be mad if I was him if I lost those. But listen. Okay, I didn't know Bronson Reed was Samoan.
Still $200 over retail price.
Yeah,
so still
good, yeah.
But he's from like the Pacific Islands.
I just thought he was Australian.
No, I think he's from like the Pacific Islands, and then I think they said he moved. But
taught me something to do last night. But
hey man, my boy, I got a little worked up. I thought Roman was gonna be like, listen, man, I ain't got much time left. I almost
oh yeah, no, I thought that's what he was gonna say. To be honest, I am glad to. I ain't gonna lie, a little bit of 2015 Roman creeped out last night. That's what it's like in the beginning of that promo. That's what I felt. Glad that Roman's around for these like international crowds, because when the international crowd boom kind of started, he wasn't really around like that. Like that was when he won WrestleMania 39 and just disappeared into the sunset to like SummerSlam. I have some thoughts about the Bronson Reed thing, and I saw this on the internet, and this is one of the few times where I kind of like agree with the internet. I don't think you had to make the tribal thief character a thing. I think it was really cool when it was organic and it was just this nigga like stealing this nigga's shoes after he beat the shit out of him. I don't think you had to go print a t-shirt for that. I really don't. I don't think you had to make that a part of his character. I think you could have just kept it as simple as like, this my shit now, bro. Like,
I want to agree with you, but the way the WWE runs, if we can make $1 out of it,
yeah,
we're going to do it, bro. Like,
they are in the business of printing money, bro.
Yeah,
like,
so
if it gets over with the crowd, like it's going on a t-shirt.
Yeah, so that's my only issue. Is like if it's somebody's gonna buy that t-shirt, they're gonna like laugh at it. Somebody's gonna buy that t-shirt, and especially with having like little I think what was the Jordan 3s? It was some Jordan on like the shirt.
Yeah, with some off-brand Jordan 4s. You see, they ain't put the logo on there because they know better. Them niggas don't want that. Niggas don't want Mike to call about that copyright strike.
If Roman not wearing it, y'all not getting the logo, bro.
Yeah.
This was a great segment, you know what I'm saying? I think your boy got booed, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what audio you heard, but
I actually did listen to the audio. They were saying fuck Seth Rollins. They briefly booed, but that was because they don't like the fact that he doesn't have a championship, essentially. Which is okay, I guess. But I did hear the audio. Nothing to be overly concerned about.
You say so.
But yeah, man.
Hilarious segment, you know what I'm saying? Roman I'm still trying to kind of get used to this good guy Roman. It has like it's funny. I'm just still trying to get used to it, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the Jay backstage segment where that could lead to, cuz I think I see what's going on. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. And but yeah, this was hilarious, you know what I'm saying? He's Samoan?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that nigga was Samoan.
Y'all know what this means, right? Acknowledge
you belong to me. Yeah, man. You cannot fail with a pull apart brawl. I will say that.
This was a good. Listen, sometimes they get cheesy, but this was a good one. You know.
Yeah, nah. Way to cut into commercial with that one. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas took up 30 minutes of the show. I ain't even peeped that. 10 of them was spent with your boy Oral Farmer though. All good, but listen. Before we move on, I just want to say
the beat gotta drop at some point.
Yeah, the beat do gotta drop at some point. Sunday is going to. Funny enough, I feel like Bronson Reed's had like several star-making moments since. I mean, even before this Roman Reigns thing, the Seth Rollins stuff, War Games,
Braun
Strowman. But Sunday may be like the one, and it has been apparent just in the way that like Roman bumps for the Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. It is apparent that I think he sees something in them and he wants to like get them over. I don't know.
Yeah, it's clear when Roman likes you. It's clear when Roman fucks with you.
Now, I don't know what's in the plans. I don't know who's supposed to win. I will make my prediction at the end of the show, and that will be who it is. But this is a match Bronson Reed should win, in my opinion. Just because it does, to me, I would have a different opinion if SummerSlam had gone differently. It did not. I feel like this is the most important thing you can do because, for one, there are already questions surrounding the Vision and people feel like it's a little repetitive and this, that, and the third. But also, you don't want to... Every faction does have to have lackeys, so to speak, and like pin eaters and all this. That's why I think they need to go out and get more members.
Yeah, that's why like the Ethan would have been perfect.
Yeah.
He could have been like the fall guy.
But Bronson and Braun, I don't think that should be their role. They are destroyers, world beaters, monsters, whatever you want to call them. I think this goes a long way in establishing the credibility of the group if you get Bronson Reed to win. Now, if you are not going to give Bronson Reed that win. The only way I am accepting this is if the next man up is Braun Breaker and he beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. And I mean, like, beat the shit out of him, pin him 1, 2, 3, all that.
Middle of the ring.
Middle of the ring. If that's not going to happen, then Bronson Reed needs to win on Sunday. And that is where I will leave that. Dragon Lee.
We win again, man.
We win again. I believe, I don't know if I'm getting my weeks mixed up or whatever. I believe we have had Dragon Lee on TV for a month, if I am correct. Maybe we have just hit a month. Maybe it's been more. I don't know. But we have consistently had Dragon Lee on television for a while, and he picked up a win last night, and there was no El Grande Americano involved. I'm very pleased, man.
Bro, if they would have had Tyler Bate or Pete Dunne in a European crowd with the, bro, I would have been so mad.
So look, it would have been crazy in there because I think those people know who it is. But also, just like it's like I don't want Dragon Lee just on TV eating pins, bro. Like he's supremely talented.
Bro, he should be like the next Rey Mysterio. Like,
listen. Don't have Rey Mysterio tell me this is the future of Lucha Libre, and then you got him sitting in catering, and then when you do got him coming out there, like he just losing every match. Like that is someone who should be on TV, winning as many matches as possible, all that. So I am so glad that we have finally got to this point, and I'm hoping it continues.
Bullying works.
Bullying does work. I do know that. It is also because, like, you know, the AAA involvement, and they're trying to, like, keep luchadors. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. I don't know. But, yeah, man, I'm very pleased. Great performance by JD as well. Funny enough, I don't know, nobody's going to believe me probably, but, like, I was really high on JD when, like, the NXT UK and, like, NXT 2.0 stuff was going on. Because, like, that was the side, though, like, the NXT UK side of the company was the side where, like, I knew, like, it was real workers over there. Like, I knew it was some guys that could go, and I was hoping they would make it to the main roster one day. And like, yeah. So I've always been like really high on JD.
Yeah, I'm glad we're seeing like the wrestlers cook. Like we're seeing Lyra get some work. We're seeing JD get some work. Like we said, Dragon Lee get some work. Mello get some work. So I think Triple H is still putting his foot down. Like, hey, bro, I gotta like, it's still a wrestling show, bro. I gotta put some hoopers in there sometime, y'all. Like, let me work a little bit, please. Like,
also, I partially think because if you remember, Forbidden Door was in London, Raw was in Birmingham. I firmly believe like it was like, hey, like them niggas was just in the UK this weekend. Like we gotta do something. Like I do kind of believe that. I don't know.
I believe that as well. Like, I think they gonna try to put like belt to ass like soon. I think they gonna be like, all right, y'all. Like it's time to wake the fuck up, y'all.
Listen, once they figure out what AEW figured out, which is like we don't need to worry about you niggas, they'll be a lot better off. Once they stop trying to like, you know what I'm saying. Granted, they'll probably still counter program, but once they figure out we need to focus on putting on the best product possible, they will be so much better off. Because I feel like they were doing that in 2024, and then they just stopped doing it for whatever reason. They will be a lot better off once they just figure out, like, hey.
Once they, like, stop the money chasing.
That, too.
And, like, let wrestlers be, like, let like, organic wrestling fans, like, literally carry the company and be like, y'all, this is good TV, y'all. Like, y'all are missing good TV. Sprinkle in, like, a little bit of entertainment, and, bro, we'll be cooking. Because it's like, you can tell it's a mixture of we got to, like, make some money that comes naturally, but we still trying to put on a good wrestling show. So, yeah, you're right about that.
Now, listen. This is how I know the last episode of Raw was for me. Immediately after the Dragon Lee and JD match, the next match is Penta versus Kofi Kingston.
And they hooped. Like,
hoop. Hey, man. Great match again. I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect Kofi to win. I thought Penta was going to run through the New Day.
Can I have a hot take? I think Grayson is low-key saving his New Day storyline.
I still don't know where it's going, but I'm still interested. I'll say that. I don't know where it's going, but I'm still interested.
It's
a new dynamic.
Corey calling him Big G instead of like Big E's.
I am interested.
I'm interested. This is hilarious. Like, cause like the New Day, their heel work was getting a little. So this is Xavier is hilarious. Like Kofi is hilarious. Grayson, great character. Like Xavier in a neck brace is hilarious. Hey, bro,
selling the Destroyer.
we're getting this. This movie needs to be banned from this business. I'm walking around getting a petition signed. The hat hilarious. Like the small stuff. You just let like. I think this is some of the New Day being like the New Day, which is great. It works because that's what got the New Day being one of the best tag team ever. Is their character work. They're hilarious. They're dry humor. So them giving like a little bit of because people are getting a little tired of Penta. So I think this is like some good work for him on the other side, being more charismatic. And hey, if Penta gets outnumbered, you know who to call.
I was gonna say we ain't seen Ray Phoenix in a while. It's possible the Lucha Bros reunion is coming. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella is official for Clash, as we talked about a little earlier. So while I was not opposed to a Nikki Bella return in this year,
me neither.
I was kind of just like I truly wondered where she fit in the current like WWE landscape. Just because she comes from an era where, you know what I'm saying, she was kind of in that era where the Women's Revolution was starting, but also like the start for her was like in the Divas era, so it wasn't necessarily a lot of like wrestling and stuff going on. It was just kind of like gimmicky. So I kind of like wondered where she fit in the current regime, and obviously that is what this run is about, is her trying to show she can go with this current group, and who better to get in there with than Becky Lynch. And I believe her and Becky Lynch have had a match before for the SmackDown Women's Championship in like 2017. So I'm interested to see it. The two verbal jousts on the mic have been very fun. The C word bit got a good laugh out of me. She was like, she called Becky something and said, and you're another C word too. You know, they in the UK. So I'm like, no. She was like, coward. Becky was like, that's worse than the other C word. I said, I'm in there cracking up because I'm like, damn, they are on Netflix. Maybe she'll say it. But I was like, oh. But yeah, man. I've been pleasantly. To me, this current Nikki Bella run has been pleasant. I don't know how long it'll last. I read something that said like she's gonna be around for a while. I don't know how long, but I'm very pleased with what I've seen so far, and I'm looking forward to the match on Sunday.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't too much around with the Bellas movement, so I was kind of nervous. Like you said, she was part of like the end of the Divas, a little bit into the new Women's Revolution evolution they got. But hey, this has been hilarious. Like Becky just don't miss, bro. Like we gotta have some conversations sooner than later about Becky, because she just is working. No matter what you do, what you put her in, who you put her against, it works. We were nervous about Nikki because we didn't know if she still could like get around or whatever if she still could hang with the new girls, but. Yeah. It's been a fun ride, you know what I'm saying?
So far, so good. Like, we saw her evolution; she was solid.
Mm-hmm.
The it was like 6, 8 women, something before SummerSlam. Solid.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it. I think
it was 8 women because it was Stephanie,
Rhea. Yeah, it wasn't 8. Okay.
Yeah, like this is, hey man, she ain't gotta fight every week, but you know what I'm saying? The good TV, good promos. I'm entertained.
Yeah, everything she's done to this point, I have been moved. Some more news on the women's side, and I forgot to add this Bayley thing, but I'll talk about that as well. But of course, as we announced earlier, Naomi is with child, therefore the match with Stephanie Vaquer at Clash is off. However, Stephanie Vaquer does still have that opportunity. Adam Pearce said that he needs a week to finalize an opponent and also to finalize where the match will be. I have a feeling of where. I don't know who, but I have several ideas. I think the match ends up happening at Wrestlepalooza. And I talked to you and Tyler about this. There are several different ways I would go with this. And it depends, like, again, do you want to take a risk? It depends on what you want to do. So, one of my immediate thoughts, Roxanne. I know, like, I don't know if it's a Triple H thing. I don't know if it's a general wrestling booker thing to where like you don't want to put the world title on the young person because like you feel like they got a lot of career left and you don't want to just do it too early. I'd strap the Rocket to Roxanne, bro. I really would. I've heard that there are big plans for her. I don't know what those plans entail, but I've heard that there are big plans. I would strap the Rocket to Roxanne, legitimize her, and it was already going to be a big story when Liv Morgan got back. Make it an even bigger story. Make it a story of Liv Morgan getting ousted from the Judgment Day.
Another revenge tour.
Yeah, another revenge tour. Had her tag team partner taken away from her. Because people are legitimately saying, like, hey, like I kind of think Raquel and Roxanne are a better fit together than Liv.
Raquel has been cooking. Like,
yeah. Granted, Liv and Raquel weren't a bad fit, but some people were just like, yeah, I think like Roxanne and Raquel.
This was kind of like pre-Scott Hall
yeah.
comments or whatever.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash advice. So worked out kind of perfectly, you know. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Like, I don't know. Would you put the title on Roxanne? Or
I would put the title on Roxanne.
Or would you have Roxanne beat Stephanie for the title?
I would have Roxanne beat Stephanie for the title. Legitimately. I would legitimately have her do that. So, okay, I actually pulled up the message that I sent to y'all. So, actually, I had 4 options. So, there is the put the Rocket on Stephanie Vaquer, like, officially, which, like, you've put her on TV every week. Mm-hmm. She's over. You just give her the belt, finalize it. 2 is what I just talked about. Shock the world, put it on Roxanne. 3, and this is a wild card because she has her own thing going on right now. And I feel like it's going to lead her back to Lyra personally. But 3 is Bayley. Just because, like I said, she has something going on, but it's clearly a new character. But, like, seeing that with the world title would be interesting. Or 4, you call up the big dog in Knoxville, Tennessee and say, hey, thank you for your service at WrestleMania 41. Here's the Women's World Championship. You call Bianca Belair and you put the belt on her. And you get a banger match out of it. I personally am leaning towards number 2, bro. And regardless, I will say this. None of these options to me feel too safe. That is why I like them the most. None of those options feel too safe to me.
The Stephanie one feels like the safest to me. Cause
in terms of what could have happened or what was going to play out on the screen in front of us, yeah, it was probably the safest option. But, like, in terms of, like, shock value and all that, none of those feel like too safe to me. Like, none of those, out of those 4 options, none of those, like, I don't feel like I'll walk away and say, like, damn, like, y'all could have did way better than this. The only thing they can do to make it safe, which I don't think will happen because we're going to talk about them in a couple minutes, the only super safe thing they could do, I don't think those 2 people are going to be anywhere near this match, and that's like putting it back on Rhea or Io Sky. But I don't think they're going to be anywhere near the belt for a while.
Hopefully
so I'm not worried about that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I would have had Naomi beat Stephanie. So I'm not too.
Oh no, I 100% would have had her beat Stephanie.
I'm not mad at none of those options because the storylines are all there, right there. Only thing is with Stephanie is her being champion. How do you build her up without tearing somebody too down? That's my only little conflict with that one. But other those, I like it. The Roxanne, that's a WrestleMania match right there. Roxanne and Liv, 2 women, 2 who can just go. Probably get insane chemistry, same size. So like nobody looks too bad in the loss. That'll be a crazy match. If Bianca does it, that would be hilarious. Like that would be like the ultimate 180 from Becky beating her at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So I'm always here for another Bianca title run. So I don't know. I don't want to make any guesses or predictions because I just want to go into this fresh. I want to be surprised. So I'm not going to dig too deep into what my predictions are. So I'm gonna let Adam Pearce cook and make it official.
All right. Rhea versus Roxanne. Very good match. As we have seen over the last few weeks, Rhea and Io Sky have separately had some issues with the women of the Judgment Day, which ultimately leads to like post-match assaults. Obviously, a side effect of this for Io, at least, is that Rhea has been helping her, much to the chagrin of like Asuka and Kairi Sane, because Io has told them several times she was not interested in their help, didn't want their help. But, Rhea gets to come and save the day, and, like, she's the hero, and it's thank you this, and it's thank you that. So, after the match, of course, Rhea is assaulted by Roxanne and Raquel again. Earlier on in the night, Io tells Rhea, like, hey, I appreciate what you've done, but, like, Kyrie and Asuka are my family. I need you to, like, we need to keep our distance for a while. Pretty sure everybody caught this because, like, if you didn't, I just don't think you're watching TV. The Asuka and Kyrie was like 30 feet away. All they see is like
hilarious camera work.
All they see is Rhea and Io hugging in the background. Like, they don't even know what's going on.
No dialogue whatsoever. This is just. Have you seen? I seen a clip earlier. It was that Rhea kind of set Asuka on the on like her evil turn back in the day. I forgot what year it was, but it was a Rhea and Asuka feud that kind of like set Asuka over the edge. I seen that on Twitter today. So
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if they dig deep into that, but that is a cool behind the scenes layer of what's going on. So I hope they do shine some light on that because long-term storytelling is amazing in wrestling. So you've been seeing what people been saying, like they don't think Triple H writing that shit. Yeah, I've seen it. Yo, and this is probably the funniest thing I'm gonna ever say on this show, and I want it to be noted. This is complimentary. This Rhea Io shit is the gay. Oh, this shit is the gayest thing on TV, and I mean that very complimentary. Like, bro, that shit is crazy. Not know you was going there, bro. Nah, bro, because it's, bro. Right. I'm just watching people tweet about it, and I'm like, damn, this is kind of. Io telling her like, look, we gotta keep our distance. Rhea finna walk away. Io's like, wait. This shit is the funny. It's funny because legitimately, like, it is that, but at the same time, it is the best thing going on Monday Night Raw right now. How do you even think of that, bro? That is
dog. Like, it is the best. Like, to have like, I want to say like 2/3 of the show centered around that melodrama. It's the best thing going on. And maybe Triple H not writing that shit, bro. Maybe somebody else is in the booth on this shit. I don't know. But it's amazing. It's fucking amazing, dog.
I wonder.
Hats off to everybody involved.
I really want to know who it, because that is hilarious, bro. That is.
Yo, yeah, like when this storyline over, you send me the list of producers that's writing this shit, whatever it is, bro.
Like, that is like
perfect. I gotta see it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think Triple H is writing that shit. I don't.
Oh, I thought you meant the show. I thought.
No. They people are saying that part of the show specifically, they do not believe Triple H has any hand in that shit.
This feels like some Shawn Michaels shit, bro. Like, I don't know. Hey, I'm trying to think of who else would pull off some diabolical.
Shawn ain't even that good at that. Oh, well, Shawn is doing the Soul Ruka and Zarya thing, so I don't know.
NXT had like some crazy love stories that.
Listen, bro.
I don't know. That is hilarious, bro.
Hats off to everybody.
That is some, bro. I mean, listen, I was. Hey, shout out to Podfather Joe Budden. He was talking about him being at Raw a couple weeks ago. He was like, bro, this is like some love and hip hop shit. Like, we got.
Yo, like I said, when I said that, it was very like it's very complimentary. Bro, that shit that was going on Monday Night Raw was some of the gayest shit I've ever seen. But it is very good. Maybe Triple H isn't writing that shit, bro.
But whoever is,
like I said, hats off to everybody involved. 5 stars. Keep going. I'm heavily invested. Thank you for investing 2/3 of the show into the Rhea, Io, Asuka, Judgment Day, Kiara saying all that. I love it.
And like we said earlier, a couple weeks, like we're saying repeatedly, you get like the big stars and like these continuous, all around cinematic feuds. It's hilarious, man. Ooh, yo, bro, who thinks of something?
Dog, I seen somebody tweeting. And I was like, damn, this shit is kind of
like what? Hello.
I was like, yo, like you pulling her away and she trying to.
Before you go, can I just tell you one more thing? Can't beat me,
man. Oh,
bro. Then Kyrie was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, man. I said, hats off to everybody involved. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor.
Free on a Monday night, bro.
Free on a Monday night. Another unction. This one felt a little shorter to me. I don't know if I'm tripping.
Somebody said they was moving kind of stiff.
Yeah, so it felt a little abrupt and more than what their last few matchups felt like.
This felt kind of rushed because I was looking at because Netflix doesn't have like the time set to 11 o'clock, so it's usually 10:30. So this felt kind of just a tad rushed.
It felt a little like it felt. We've seen a better match from them. Yeah, this wasn't bad, but it felt a little rushed. Obviously, there are a few things that I want to point out here. For one, AJ Styles has earned another Intercontinental Championship match against Dominic. It will be on the Monday Night Raw in Paris next week.
And bro, shut up. Nobody. It's in Paris. Let AJ and Dom get 20 minutes, bro. They was finna get 15 minutes on Clash, bro. Like, get them an extra 7 minutes on TV, bro.
Pending the results of Clash, I would make that the main event that night.
What's that?
No, I'm saying pending the results of Clash, I'd make the
IC title the main event. Sure. Oh yeah.
But also, this might be time for Dominic to be ousted from the Judgment Day. I won't lie to you. And I'm only saying this because, obviously, aside from the babyface popularity that Dominic is getting, this is, I've lost count of, like, how many times in X amount of months that him and Finn Balor have, like, come to a head about certain stuff. Him and Finn have been, like, in large disagreement about his association with El Grande Americano the past few weeks.
And then we saw last night, Dom kind of went little AWOL.
Yeah.
JD lost. Finn lost.
Yeah.
When Adam announced the match, Finn looked kind of happy about it. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you got Dom kind of talking to Finn like he kind of a do boy. Like, hey, like, why don't you handle AJ tonight? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like I said,
that Dom leaving would be amazing because Dom is a star, bro. Like,
he is a star. And again, going back to like how I was saying Roxanne should win the belt. Liv Morgan, I don't know when she'll be back. I think they're saying like early 2026.
Yeah.
But Liv Morgan coming back to things being way different than when she was there, like, intrigues me. The thought of Raquel choosing Roxanne over her intrigues me. The thought of the rest of the group choosing Roxanne over her intrigues me. The thought of the one person she loved the most out of anybody in that group, Dominic Mysterio, being ousted when she comes back, need it.
Yeah,
need it.
The storytelling is there.
Everything is there. Everything is there to set up for a new-ish version of the Judgment Day, if that's where you want to go.
Bullet Club.
Yeah. That's literally what it is at this point. Everything is set up for a new-ish version of the Judgment Day, but it's also set up to, like I said, it's the perfect storyline for Liv when she comes back. Like, all of it is perfect. It is a literal layup in my eyes. I don't think you can miss with that. The main event of Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker versus LA Knight. And before we get to that, this is prior to the match. Jey Uso was backstage, looked a little stressed, worried about the World Heavyweight Championship match on Sunday. And he gets some interesting advice from the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Essentially saying, don't worry about, CM Punk talking about he trying to help you. And don't worry about all this. Like, we've given more than enough to this business. We've helped a lot of people. You've helped more people than you need to. You've helped me for like 3+ years. At some point, it's time for you to be selfish and for you to take. One thing I want to point out, that is what I wanted on the road to WrestleMania. That is what when I said I didn't see any change in the Roman Reigns character, that is what I was asking for. Something like that. To prove that you have somewhat changed. And that it's not just the same tribal chief character we were used to. But also, I found that advice interesting because while Roman Reigns is on a different path right now and seems to kind of be like redeeming himself and making himself, and he's a babyface again or whatever, you got to wonder, where does this leave like Jey? And in a way, I do kind of think it's the perfect time for a heel turn could work for Jey. I don't know if that's what this advice necessarily was, or if it was just him telling Jey, like, hey, bro, like, lock in. Like,
yeah, I was leaning more towards like the crash out version of Jay.
Yeah, but so I'll say this: a heel turn makes sense to me for a number of reasons, and this is like a mixture of kayfabe and real life. This version of Jay, that has endeared himself to the people, is not necessarily the best version of Jey Uso. Whether we like it or not, like, you know what I'm saying? This Yeet version of Jey Uso is not the best version of Jey Uso. And you can prove that, like, yeah, he's won the Royal Rumble. Yeah, he's won the World Championship. He's also lost the World Championship. Lost several marquee matches. If even before the World Heavyweight Championship that he won, he was having confidence issues, slipping on spears, slipping on dives. Another reason. He loses this match, then, like, where does Jay go from here? He doesn't have another opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. Somebody else is most likely going to be in line for that. But also, like, bro, your brother finna have a baby in, like, 8 months. You can't just go back and reform the Usos. Like, I think it could send them on a turn. I think it's a real possibility. I think it's something they should look into. Now, I will acknowledge, and I say this as well, I always say this because I feel like some people feel like baby faces can't just stand up for themselves. He doesn't necessarily have to turn heel because Roman Reigns gave him that advice. It could just literally mean, like you said, it could be like Crash Out Jay. It could just be like a more serious version of Jay.
Yeah.
And like not happy, smiley, all that. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be a heel turn.
We got like a little dose that I've seen, like one of them clips from somebody who was there. Like Jay kind of like hesitated doing like the yeet thing with the crowd. And then, like we said, with the match, him like taking out Punk, crazy because they've been cool behind the scenes and on scenes.
Like, on screen, yeah.
Yeah, like they've been going to games together. They be handshaking together. So a heel turn, I'm not there yet. If we can just like tone it down a little bit, let Jay, you know what I'm saying, get in his bag, be like his. I don't want to say the right hand man bag, but because that was kind of lackey-ish. But him being like, hey man, I'm kind of like sick of this shit, man. Like I'm like the laughing stock. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like everybody think I'm just this yeet man and yada yada. Like the internet, you know what I'm saying? We go to shows, like it works when you go to the show. You like the music gets you know what I'm saying? The running it back gets you, but like you can easily run this off of like, hey man, people don't take me seriously. Like I'm just a T-shirt. I'm literally just 4 letters, one word. Like I'm more than that.
Yeah.
Like I'm Jay. I'm one of the best. Like even with his thing with his promo battle with Brian Breaker, bro. I've been doing this for like 15 some years, bro. I'm like one of the best. Like I'm tag team royalty, bro. Like my family does this. Like I'm sick of this. Like
Yeah.
if you do turn him heel, my thing would be is how do you do it? Like do you have him beat up Punk or Knight? That's my only concern when you say that. So I don't know where they go from that, but a nice slow burn of him like not being a fan favorite would be great TV. So
I think after, if we, like I said, a lot of this pins the results of like Clash in the Castle. I don't think he's.
Because I think we both haven't taken the pin, right?
Yeah. So like a lot of this pins on like how that goes, and then like you go from there. But I think we do slowly see like some like kind of descent in the madness for Jay. So
my worst fear is that I just don't want a Roman versus Jay feud because I feel like we don't really get nothing from that. Like
Tribal Combat was enough for me. I don't need it. Don't need it.
And we were there too.
But back to the match really quick. Braun versus LA. Quality match. As always, Braun is a dog. LA Knight performs when the lights aren't bright. The main event for the most part ends how you think it ends if it involves a Vision, which is interference, no contest. Interference and ultimately leads to the Vision getting a win, which in this case did happen. Rollins interferes. Braun spears LA Knight.
Crazy, bro.
But at the end of the match, we get kind of a tease into the Fatal 4-Way on Sunday and how cooler heads may not prevail, being that, you know, the 3 challengers, they aren't necessarily focused on just Seth Rollins. They're like focused on each other, and they're not. It's a Fatal 4-Way, so I don't want to say they can't coexist, but like it does seem like egos are ultimately gonna like get in the way, and it's gonna cost someone the pinfall or whatever it may be. So,
which to me works great for like Seth's character being like the whole architect. And
yeah, absolutely.
Five steps ahead of everybody. So this is. I mean, I'm intrigued because it's so easy. Just hey, we can just knock Seth out and just focus on each other. But nope.
Yeah.
I'm the man. I'm CM Punk. I'm LA Knight. I'm Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do this my way. So this is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, man. With that, we can officially move into our Clash predictions. I have the card in front of me, as do you. There are 5 matches. I do not know if they will add a 6th. I am just going to operate under the impression that they do not add a 6th. So, I'm going to just look at them in the order they are in front of us. And actually, this wouldn't be a bad way to format the card, if we're being honest. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I will go first. As I stated earlier, while Bronson Reed has had many like star-making performances, to me, this is the biggest one to date. And I think this could do a lot for him. Give me Bronson Reed.
I'm going with my OTC, my tribal chief. I'm going with Roman. I believe this should be a hard-hitting match. I'm excited to see hard worker, big match Roman go off with his face moveset. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of how we can make Bronson look strong and not take like a easy defeat. But I'm still going Roman, so this should be like a good hard-hitting match. I hope Bronson gets some moves off. Because, like, he can be, like, one of the guys in the future. He can be, like, a mid-card guy for, like, a while. So, it would still give me Roman.
I will say one interesting nugget that I want to throw in there. Nobody's ever kicked out of the tsunami. I just want to throw that in there. Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. First and foremost, I want to say they've done a great job, and I hate that they can't do this with the Women's United States Championship. Don't know what the deal is because I heard Triple H loves Julia, but they've done a great job platforming this championship. Even before Becky got it, they did a great job. I thought platforming it with Lyra. It was present on weekly TV. There were several great defenses. I think every pay-per-view since WrestleMania has featured the Women's Intercontinental Championship in some form, if I'm not mistaken.
The new workhorse title.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am very pleased. But ultimately, I do think Becky Lynch still retains. I don't know who gets the belt off of her at this point. I think it's about having like a long sustained run and like making the title mean something.
Yeah, not to say that's probably what they're looking at.
Not to say it didn't mean anything with Lyra, because I thought like Lyra was well on her way, and if she had beaten Becky Lynch, I wouldn't have been mad, to be honest. But again, I ultimately just think this is about like Nikki Bella trying to fit in with this current era. I think we're looking at a pretty good match with potential to be great, but I do have Becky Lynch retaining.
I got Becky retaining as well. Like you said, this has been a great build-up, great promo battle between two legends in the business. Nikki pioneer for what women's wrestling is today, whether you want to believe it or not. Haters gonna hate. This has been great, but still give me Becky.
John Cena, the greatest of all time, the Unseen 17, versus Logan Paul. So I'm going to, first off, this is not a prediction for him to win, but I will give a prediction or a maybe. I think that for the first time, Logan Paul, first time in a long time, I'll say this because I'm not going to act like there hasn't been like good to very good Logan Paul matches. I think maybe his very best was like Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 39. I think he wakes up. I think we get a pretty good performance. And if I am wrong, I don't mind being wrong because I don't like Logan Paul anyway. But I think he wakes up, and I think we get I think we get what we've been looking for from him. However, I do still have John Cena winning the match. As I said earlier, we were at a point where people thought John Cena losses meant nothing. I personally feel that if he loses this match, we are kind of back at that point. On top of that, I don't think they brought you-know-who back to lose at Wrestlepalooza, to be honest. So, I'm going to take John Cena winning here. And, yeah.
I want Cena to win. I hope Cena wins. There is not a single percentage of my body that wants Logan to win, so I am sticking with my gut and my heart. Give me the GOAT, John Cena. Please.
Sheamus versus Rusev, number 4, I believe.
I think it's 3. I think the last one is
3 was no contest.
Yeah, so this is, well, I guess this.
That's 4. Yeah. So currently the score is 1-1-1. I don't know if this will be the last match between the two, but let me just personally say I'm glad it's on a premium live event. I am of the opinion that there need to be more matches like this. We talked about this with Evolution. It is okay to have matches on premium live events that aren't necessarily for belts, that are just like one-on-ones with like personal vendettas or whatever it may be. Super glad this made the card. Give me Rusev to win. Sheamus has won some pretty important matches, and for my money will probably win a few more important ones before his career closes. But I believe that this is the best course of action to get Rusev where you want him to be, and to get him over with these crowds, and to get them to see him as a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
And possibly, I don't know what the plans are for him. If you plan to put him in the world title picture as like a monster heel, if you plan to put him in an Intercontinental Championship picture, whatever it may be, I think it is the best course of action for him to go ahead and win this match. So I'm going to go with Rusev.
Huh. I don't disagree with you, buddy. I'm going with Sheamus, but let Sheamus win on like some crazy, just a crazy spot. I think that's the best way to make Sheamus, best way to make Rusev still like a strong character, a strong worker. Like we might get another match. So that's what I'm just give me Sheamus. That way we can get this another Rusev and Sheamus match, and then probably Rusev wins the next one. So let me get Sheamus winning on crazy spot. That's my prediction.
I'm glad you said that, because I forgot to point out it is a good old fashioned Donnybrook match. I have personally seen one of those Donnybrook matches live. This was like when they were first doing them, and when Pete Dunne was still Butch. It's a great match. I can't wait to see it. Though those two bring a different type of like violence and intensity, so like adding a stipulation only going to enhance it. And what we would presume to be the main event for Clash in Paris, the Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight Championship. The World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, the megastar L.A. Knight, the best in the world CM Punk, and Mr. 4 letters, 1 word, Jey Uso. Oh, man. I mean, this isn't hard to predict for me, just because it's so early in the reign. Jey Uso, I hate giving good people bad news. You will be taking that pin. I do think we get a stellar match out of these 4. These, like it or not, for the most part, when the lights are on bright for most of these guys, like, they perform. And I say that very often about LA Knight. If you don't know who CM Punk is at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Jey Uso has given us some ones this year. I won't lie to you. And Seth Rollins is just Seth Rollins. So, yeah, give me Seth Rollins to win. I have Jey Uso taking the pin. I am certain that the Vision gets involved some way, somehow. So I will say my prediction outside of like the actual match result, I believe this is the night we get a new member of the Vision. I don't know who, only because Ethan Page is still the North American champion on NXT. Ricky Starks looks to be in the NXT title picture.
I just seen some clips of NXT. He's like going at open right now. So.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's those two, although those
make the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, those make the most sense, and in a perfect world, those are the next two I would add to the group. But I think we see. So I should probably layer this into like the Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns match. I think something happens between like Reed and Reigns to the point to where like Bronson ain't in the building no more. I don't know how you get Braun out the building. Maybe like, GMs do work on premium live events. Maybe they just say like, hey, like we ain't having this tonight. Y'all out of here. Uh-huh. And then from there we see a new member. But yeah, that is my prediction outside of the actual match result. I think we finally get a fourth member of the division.
Yeah, fifth.
Yeah, if we're counting Paul. Okay, yeah, so a fifth member of the division. Yeah,
I'm as well going Seth, getting the pin on Jay. This will be great character work for Jay. Set him off the edge a little bit that he can't really get back in his groove. Predictions, I think we are getting LA Knight and CM Punk at Wrestlepalooza. Them two, chemistry is off the charts. Two guys who work crazy on the mic. That's a wrestler move. That's a wrestler match. The money just prints itself. Good. What we got? 3 week build up. Them two just go at each other. Them cost each other. I don't know how you do it. Him accidentally BFT. Accidental GTS. I would love to see a new member. That would be like great. That would be like the moment of the week and the moment of Clash probably. That's what seems to be the going theme now. We're looking for these moments at these PLEs. So yeah, give me Seth stopping Jay, or Jay getting hit with something and he just loses it. This leads to a new character work from Jay. Sorry to the Yeet t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? It was a fun run while it lasted, but that's coming to an end. So I'm sorry, Jay. Hope you keep them shoulders down, because that's probably what's going to happen in the script this weekend.
Okay. All right. And I will do, because this is going to happen on the show before we record, the Intercontinental Championship, as we stated earlier, is being defended Dominic versus AJ Styles.
Okay, yeah.
I am going to take AJ Styles winning the Intercontinental Championship. I think it is time. I would argue that at SummerSlam it was time, but I do understand that the potential visual of a two belts Dominic as the Intercontinental Championship and the AAA Mega Champion was too good to ignore. So I will gladly accept that is why it didn't happen.
I'm going AJ as well, my GOAT. Let's bring it home.
Man, say man. Other than that, as I think, good show today. As I stated earlier, I would like to do the WWE Draft episode next week, but if we don't, I would like to do it the week after for sure. Like I said, these are all pending Clash results. Obviously, because we need to know who champions are and if anything changes. But I think this would be a fun idea. I think we've been talking about fixing Smackdown for a very long time, to the point that maybe we should just try doing it ourselves and seeing what happens. But also just it would be a good change of pace from what we normally do, because I'm sure we're not the only ones who review Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown, and talk about AEW pay-per-views and what have you. Mm-hmm. So it'll be a nice change of pace. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Other than that, if you don't have anything.
Just doing some quick scrolling, don't really see too much. I guess Ricky's facing Oba.
Yep.
At No Mercy. Yep, that's official. No Ricky, Oba, No Mercy. That should be great. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't see nothing really happening breaking right now.
All right. Well, this has been episode 16 of the Off the Top Rope podcast. Great as always. As I stated, If episode 17 is not the WWE Draft episode, then episode 18 will be. Expect that within the next 2 episodes. Like I said, if it happens next week, it'll be a Clash review. We'll talk about a little bit of Monday Night Raw, but the episode will be heavily predicated on the WWE Draft. If it does not happen then episode 18 will be straight WWE Draft. That's it. Like, we'll talk about whatever we talk about at the top of the show, and then it's straight WWE Draft. That's it. So, yeah, man. Great episode. As always, episode 16 of the Off the Top Rope podcast.
Like, share, subscribe.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Keep up with us on socials. Definitely some clippables in this episode, so we'll get something up on the TikTok. I know the Instagram has been a little bit neglected. We'll try to get something on there, too. I do plan on live tweeting Dynamite tomorrow. Well, y'all, by the time this comes out, I don't think y'all see it, but I will be live tweeting Dynamite on the Twitter page, as we do with most shows.
27th. I just say the 27th.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever you do, man. Thank you. Episode 16.